Hi, this is Dr. Ruth Anderson. It is my pleasure to be with you today, and welcome to our fourth Sunday Summit. And Teri, let's just make sure we're actually going live. Can you see that?
Yes.
Awesome, perfect. If you are new to our summits, welcome. And if you've been with us before, welcome home. Today, we're exploring how your pain can be a gift at the holidays with ShaRon Rea and Rebecca Abraxas. Before we get started here today, I love how Spirit is providing me with opportunities to heal in my own life. This past week, I've been dealing with the loss and grief of losing my best friend of 26 years to cancer. This same grief gets triggered every Thanksgiving without fail, even though Sylvia died 6 years ago. In meditation the other day, I saw myself standing in front of a huge, dark chasm. I know that it symbolized my grief, and I cried out, "How am I going to get through this?" Just then, a ladder appeared, stretched out over the expanse of the chasm. Archangel Michael was immediately on my left side, and Divine Mother was on my right. They escorted me across the chasm of grief to the other side, and we were met with the cheers and joy of hundreds of beings and angels. That same day, in a conversation with my teacher, Kyle Cease, we spoke about that chasm of grief. He lovingly and expertly guided me into the chasm to see where the pain was generating from, and it was more expansive than the loss of Sylvia. Thanksgivings and all that it represented just reminded me of that grief and that loss of represented in the chasm. Now, were both ways helpful, both bypassing the pain and walking through it and experiencing it? Absolutely. And were both ways transformative? Yes, they were. They both helped me to shift from a place of being stuck in grief and pain. Now, in meditation this morning, God reminded me that I had the choice. I always have the choice to choose to stay stuck in my pain, to bypass the pain, or to delve deep into it and transmute it. I was also reminded that no matter which path I choose, the spiritual divinity is always there to hold my heart and love me as I go through it. Secondly, Divine Mother wanted me to share something with you. There's a healing pool that we at Enlightened World are lucky to be able to consciously access. The healing pool is a place in the ethereal realm where Divine Mother, the archangels, and other divine healers are there to greet us in spirit, whether we're in bodies here on earth, or even if we have transitioned out of our bodies. We may choose to submerge in the healing pool or simply be near it, but the healing is there for us on an emotional, spiritual, and at times physical basis. All we need to do is go into meditation and ask God, Divine Mother, or Archangel Michael to show it to us. I want to introduce to you ShaRon Rea and Rebecca Abraxas. So Rebecca, can you say hello this morning?
Hey guys. Do you want me to?
Yeah, why don't you?
Oh, okay. Hi everyone. So I look a little interesting today, I think. I have headphones on so I can really give you a good sound healing with this microphone, but I need to have these headphones on, and I have these glasses on today because I'm going through my own emotional pain healing that seems to be residing in my eyes. That's coming up and out, and there's a lot of emotional pain that I'm holding there, and it's really hard to be in bright lights or with the blue light of the screen. So that's why I have these glasses on, and that's why I look like this today. So I feel so honored and blessed to be here and to be in this healing portal today together.
Thank you. And it truly is a healing portal here today. There's so much activity from the spiritual realm with the work that we're doing here today. We can all feel it. I hope you all can feel it as well. ShaRon, would you come on and say hello?
Good morning, everyone. I always enjoy being in the enlightened community, and I echo you, Rebecca. There's a lot of healing at this time of year. I think we just feel it and sense it throughout the ethers. And I too am healing something. I'm very grateful that I'm doing it in a group and a community that's loving. I'm excited for this topic because I can imagine there is a range of pain that many of us are experiencing as the holidays bring those old memories or new memories up. And I know that when we can do those things, Ruth, that you mentioned, when we're stuck or when we're ready to bypass or dive deep, that's what we can experience today. And I'm excited. Let's do it.
Great, great. So Teri, Teri Angel, come on and say hello, and then will you please lead us in our intention for our time together?
Thank you, and good morning, everyone, or afternoon in my case, and probably many others. So let's all just be very present for a moment as we listen to these channeled words that came from the angels and from Divine Mother. It is our intention today that Archangel Michael and Divine Mother will lead us to a further understanding of dealing with our emotions during the holiday season as this discussion is held. May the words spoken from the heart bring us to a state of contentment, joy, and love deep inside where only love is real. May the beautiful sound healing energy flow through us to warm, enlighten, and heal any piece of ourselves that is feeling wounded. May this experience today harmonize our every thought, word, and action, integrate our minds, hearts, and spirits, and unify our souls with all of divinity. And so it is.
Thank you, Teri. That's beautiful. So ladies, I'm going to start with ShaRon. And I would just like to ask you, when I bring up the term the holidays, what does that bring up for you?
It brings up history that was joyful and history that has taught me that I'm evolving. So when I was little, I was an only child, and I still am. And it was a time when I guess my parents wanted to just adorn me with a lot of gifts. So Christmas time became this abundance of packages to open and toys to play with. And so it was a happy time, very happy. I really loved the holidays, Thanksgiving and all. When I became a mom, I emulated that, but of course blew it up to ridiculous levels where I would give our two daughters gifts from Santa and mom, and it just looked like it was gifts for 12 people. We had the opportunity to give that much, and so what I was taught is what I did. And again, it was joyful and wonderful to be able to do that and watch their smiles. But now that they're young adults and I look back on those pictures, I've evolved to the place of it's not about gifts. It's not about the things that we get or we give. It's about the emotional joy that we have being with the people that represent joy for us. And that now that I'm a divorced family, about how to put that to peace too, where I'm not with some of the people that I used to be joyful with. And that is somewhat painful depending upon the person, but I have found the road to at least considering it to be joyful and peaceful, that we are no longer together. So the holidays bring up a lot of joy from history and awareness from current that there is a different love that I can feel during this holiday season.
It's definitely a mixed bag, isn't it,
Yes,
ShaRon?
yes it is. And I revel in both of the bags, but I'm aware that there's a lot of different bags.
Good, thank you. Thank you. Rebecca, and I know you're going to be taking us through an experience here, but what does the term the holidays bring up for you?
It brings up a lot of joy. It also brings up a past history of getting depressed during the change of season into the holidays and managing that and not really actually going into it, like seeing what the seed root of it is. Basically, even last year, like joining choir just to like distract myself from that intense feeling. And I realized just with like doing this together, it's been such a gift because this summit, because it's like taking a look at, well, really, what is that? What is that? And it's like there's a lot of giving up on me and being just out here with people and forgetting about me in the equation. So I'm really learning that through some different avenues of my life, is that, you know what, during this holiday, I am going to still put myself in the equation and my own healing and my own needs. And then from there, give out. The holidays have been pretty joyful. But I too come, I have a broken family. Like there was a divorce, there was alcoholism, there was, we've all done some healing, but there was that too, kind of on the outskirts happening in our family. But when the holidays come, we ignore all that and we just kind of go into like, the holiday rituals, the joy and stuff like that. But being a sensitive person, I could always feel the unmet or the unlooked at or the unhealed aspects of family. And that was always hard. So I think in the present moment, I'm still working with feeling those energies, and how do I not bypass those anymore and really feel into them. With my eyes, just yesterday, someone had said, you're holding a lot of emotional pain in your eye muscles. And I was like, what? So he takes his fingers and he starts pushing there. And all of a sudden, just grief, like sobbing comes. And he's like, yeah, I think you need to just cry and feel. And I'm like, oh. So I think it's all related coming into this summit with emotional pain during the holidays, and whether it's pain, unresolved pain from the past, or something that I'm working through as I'm walking into the holidays, or something that's triggered from the holiday. I think I don't have total clarity of like what it is, but I know that energy is flowing and I'm going to allow it to flow and see what happens.
Well, I'm just sort of fascinated here, seeing Teri, and we know what she's gone through this year with health issues and the healing from that. So she's been processing. ShaRon is processing. I'm processing. Rebecca's processing. So what are the chances that 100% of the people here on this call are processing something that's pretty big, folks? So there's a reason we're all here together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, should I just take it?
Please.
Okay, so whether we are processing something from our past, which really comes into our present, or whether we are triggered from the projection of what the holidays are going to bring for us, or whether we're really processing something from our summer and just this year, something that we've been working with, and we're kind of like, what am I how is this going to work with the holidays right now? So whatever that is, whatever emotional processing or emotional pain, wherever it's coming from, um, that emotional pain can be a roadmap for us. And this process that I'm going to bring you through, it's called the Holy Fire Healing Experience. And it's a wonderful practice to tune into that emotional pain and see what message it has for us. So that kind of is the positive aspect of really tuning in and saying hi to our emotional pain, and letting the Holy Fire Reiki energy as well, and the sound healing that I'm going to be doing, give it some light, give it some clarity, and perhaps this could help navigate choices for the holidays, because each choice we make, sometimes it comes from the past, like, oh, there's certain rituals that we're supposed to do during the holidays, or we're supposed to see family, or supposed to do it a certain way. But as we embark on the holidays, our emotional pain can be a roadmap to make different choices that may be better for us this year. And it doesn't have to be something that we do every year, but perhaps this year we need another choice to really be with the healing our bodies and souls are asking for. So this experience perhaps could offer that clarity. So just make sure you're finding a spot where you're comfortable sitting, or even laying down. And I'd like you all now to just tune into the emotional pain that you are experiencing right now, even if it doesn't have a clear story around it. Just feel what you're going through right now, and what I'd like you to do is associate a body part with that emotional pain. And as I go through this process, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and there's no way to get it right or wrong. Whatever just your first inspiration is to go to, just go there. So the first question is, what is that body part that seems associated or related to this emotional pain? And secondly, as you tune into that part of your body, I'd like you to see if there's a shape that's represented there. If this emotional pain had a shape, what would it be? If this emotional pain had a color, what would that be? If the emotional pain had a temperature, and if it had a texture. Now, if your emotional pain in this part of the body had a sound, what would that sound be? And finally, if it had words, if it had a message, tune into what that message would be. Now, this is the Holy Fire healing experience. I'm going to guide us through a guided meditation for just a few moments. And then we're going to have a moment of silence. And then I will be giving a sound healing during our 15-minute experience. Imagine it's a beautiful day, warm and sunny. You're walking down a path in a beautiful forest. As you breathe into yourself, you breathe in the life energy of the forest. And with each step that you take, feel the energy of the earth flowing up to the bottoms of your feet. As you walk along, you notice another path going off to the right. You feel compelled to follow this path. As you follow this path, you come to a clearing in the forest. And in the middle of the clearing is a small hill covered with tall grass. As you climb up the hill, feel the grass rubbing against your legs. When you get to the top of the hill, lay down in the tall grass. Feel the grass and the earth beneath your body and gaze up into the sky. Gaze up into the sky and see the beautiful white clouds. As you are gazing up at the clouds, a beautiful beam of light begins to shine down. This is no ordinary light. It comes from the highest consciousness. The light shines all around you and flows into you, filling you with warmth and feelings of safety and love. The light focuses directly on the shape. Focus on the shape. Now, be willing to be present with it and let it shift if it would like to. Now gaze directly into the light, and as you do so, the light begins to guide you. Follow this light. Sarega mapadani sa Taking a nice deep breath, feeling your toes, feeling your fingers. Place your hands on your heart. And when you are ready, bring your awareness to your eyes and slowly open your eyes and return. What does your shape look like now?
Oh, Rebecca, I'm speechless over here. I just want to share with you for a minute what it was that I experienced,
Sure.
because I was experiencing the meditation that you were doing, and I was also holding space for everyone who was participating in this, whether they're watching it now or coming to it and watching it in the future. And what I saw when you had people go to they were walking through like this forested area and feeling the earth under their feet, and then they went to this opening, this open clearing. It was right next to the healing pool. And what I was watching was soul after soul coming to the healing pool, and you were like the calling them in. And I saw those of us that are here, and we were holding space for you while you were doing the calling in.
Oh, wow.
Then after a while, we went down, ShaRon and Teri and I went down, and we were supporting people that were coming into the healing pool. And I saw a couple of people sobbing at the healing pool, and it was just thousands. I have no idea how many, but it wasn't just people that were in body. It was also souls that were in body. And so it was a massive, massive healing on so many levels. So Rebecca, wow, standing in your ministry.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's
amazing.
Holy fire, Reiki, and I just follow.
Wow. Yeah. So what was that like for you? Because I know you're dealing with, ascension symptoms or processing. What was that like for you to be leading this, going through that at the same time?
It's such a beautiful experience. It's where I have most ease in my life. As soon as I go into that role or that following, everything just kind of goes away, and I just kind of am taken away. And on the video, you'll probably notice my hands do certain things, and it's just a beautiful healing, following purpose, sense of purpose. I don't even know. It's just, I kind of just, it's very easeful and very automatic for me to just follow the guide once I of Reiki, Holy Fire Reiki, and then the voice just comes through, and I love it. It's a beautiful, just beautiful, healing, personal and other, and it just feels divinely guided. I don't know how to explain it.
No, that was definitely divinely guided. I have no question about that whatsoever. And I think that which we were feeling before we even started, of there being so much divine guidance in this session coming together, I believe that was because they knew how many souls were waiting so eager for this healing.
Wow, beautiful, so beautiful. I love that you felt that. I don't feel any of that when I'm in this. I'm just kind of in go and contribution mode. So I actually used you as where I was going with it, because like at one point you'll see in the video, I kind of touched the screen. I was touching your third eye, and so that was interesting. I just follow, and I just kind of follow the energy of where to go. So I was using you as my guidepost, and at one point, like holding the low tone and just holding the root chakra and holding the base for people, and then from there going up to, so I kind of have a little clarity of where the energy is going, and the healing's going, but I don't get I didn't get what you were feeling with all the souls. So that's such a beautiful piece. Thank you that was a gift to all those disembodied souls. That's beautiful.
Yeah, very cool. ShaRon, what were you noticing with that as you went through that?
I haven't had or made time for a long, quiet meditation. I meditate in spurts. So it was really interesting, the guidance of which part of my body, what the shape was, the color. And I just took whatever word came to me. And then when you started the sounds, Rebecca, I just relaxed into a peacefulness that whatever was happening, I certainly saw colors. I felt peaceful. And then when you asked at the end, what was the shape, and I didn't feel anything. I just felt like it was all cleared, or was all done at that particular level. But Ruth, with your beautiful comments about how many souls were available to this, and Teri, as you started saying, whoever is meant to be here will be here, I realized that we all, but I was a little focused on me at the moment, that I am more than I am in this body. And that is part of what I've been exploring, Teri, as we stay present, that the opportunity, Ruth, that you present for us to realize we are doing things in so many different levels that we are not really aware of. And that's profound, because I'm aware of how we help and heal and hold space and offer our gifts to the people that I can see. And then to be given that image that it's even more than I can imagine is humbling, very humbling.
Right. Right. Well, and at the end, I asked for others of our speakers to show up to support, because there were so many souls there needing support. And I was seeing Anea, Joy Lilly, Deb Goldberg. I was seeing Karen Palmer. I was seeing Summer Joy Raymer, and they showed up in spirit. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. And they showed up in spirit, and they're embracing, they're welcoming and embracing. And I just know that the speakers from the original summit, the Enlightened Women, Enlightened Youth Summit, were hand chosen by Archangel Michael for this purpose of coming together and healing on a much grander level than any of us really could have imagined. So it's so divinely inspired to have these speakers coming together like you all here to do these healing sessions.
Yes.
It's an honor to be part of it. It's
Oh
so
my
beautiful.
gosh.
It's
I
really
agree, Rebecca. I agree.
Teri, I would like to hear from you. What did you experience during that meditation?
That meditation was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I'm going through a lot of change right now, a lot of purging of the old and bringing in the new. And it was really interesting to me because I do this same type of clearing where I envision the pain as an object, as a shape. And I really didn't think I was going to find anything when you told us go in and find it, but I did. I found it, and it was red, and it was like glowing like an ember. And I asked what the message was, and it was like, I want peace, calm, and love. Those three things. It was peace, calm, and love. So as I listened to your meditation, I felt that energy coming in and the glowing, angry energy going out. And then at the end, as I looked at it, it was like this beautiful pearl-shaped ball that was just like so translucent and shiny and just beautiful and calm. That was what I felt more than anything with this whole process you did, was just calmness. But it was very interesting because I opened my eyes because I kept, trying to check things, and the blinds behind me just kept, at one
Yes.
point, they were like moving like
Yes.
crazy. I'm like, wow, all that energy is just really moving out away from me as the calmness takes over. And I thought that was so interesting to see that.
Yeah. I'm glad it was a contribution. Yeah. Beautiful.
Teri, can I just share with you that you may have heard me speak about this a number of times, that when I began the journey of rearranging our family through a divorce, that I was inspired to choose 3 words to guide my actions, to guide my thoughts. And they were the same 3 words you just mentioned: peace, love, and calm.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That is beautiful. So we have about 5 minutes before we're going to go and hear from our friends over in Facebook. But ShaRon and Rebecca, I know that you all have done a lot of work with other people about processing and being able to transmute pain into joy and walking through things on a physical basis to really transform and step through it. Do you have any ideas, any guidelines, suggestions for our listeners that are going through painful times right now, difficult times?
Yes. I am the founder of the global message, No Judgment, Just Love. And in that message, there is opportunity to embrace the concept that everything is happening for you, not to you. And when there is any event that we term painful, difficult, there is an opportunity to see that as a gift. Because in your pain, or in the things that cause you discomfort, if you can view them as a gift, then you're being given something. that widens your eyebrows and lifts your spirit. And then you can do one of the things that you mentioned, Ruth, which is to dive deep if you choose and see what the message is for you personally. Or you can choose to just acknowledge it and walk over it and not need to know, just like Teri's blinds moving and let it flow. So when you can go from that pain place, whereas when life is happening to you, that feels like you're being accosted, you're being beaten up, you're being punished, you're being judged. And it's never a good feeling. And so it offers the opportunity to stay stuck more often, because when you think about it more, you're still in that, this is painful, something's taken away from me, I lost this relationship, I didn't do this well, I don't have an interaction with the person I used to love. But when you see it as a gift, and it's like, oh, I wonder why I'm not with that person anymore. I wonder why we have a fractured relationship now. It must be something for me to learn. It must be a gift for me. And that for me has helped me help other people walk through the journey of their pain to find their joy.
And, you know, what comes to my mind, ShaRon, is that we are all here to learn. And we learn the most when life is difficult. You know, when everything is going perfectly, there's no need to learn. We can just glide and coast. I'm getting goosebumps, glide and coast and enjoy it. But boy, when the time gets difficult, like that gut-wrenching, heart-shattering, soul-stretching pain happens, that's when the coal turns into a diamond, right? That's when the growth happens. So I would say to any of our friends, if you are going through a difficult time like that and choosing to walk through it rather than just coast above it, we support you. And we are here and we are rooting for you because we know you will transform, you will come through this, and you will be so much stronger and so much wiser for having done that. So, yeah, it's all about choices, isn't it? It's all about options. Rebecca, did you want to add something to that?
Just a quick piece about, I really feel like our emotions give us awareness. And when we are willing to ask our emotion, you know, what awareness are you giving me right now? That's that piece of that roadmap that I was talking about earlier. Is just like, you know, what awareness is this giving me? You know, is it light or heavy to walk into this ritual that I've always done? And perhaps it's heavy this year to do that. Perhaps it's heavy to go to the family party or this event or whatever it is, to let our emotions guide us when we ask for the awareness and really trust that, you know, it doesn't have to be a life sentence that you always have to do it this way. But this moment in time or this week or this day is asking something different of you because you're made perhaps in a transformational space with your emotions. So it's like I always tell my clients to just be like, you know, tune into that and what awareness is coming to you. And then what choice can you make from there? And I think that's similar to what we're all saying here is just, you know, feel in, tune in, you know, what is it telling us? What awareness do we have? And what's the choice from there in this present moment?
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Teri, let's hear. Do we have some friends with us over on Facebook today?
We certainly do. And oh my gosh, I just love what Rebecca just shared. Absolutely so what I needed to hear right now. Because it's true. We need to be more aware and more present with the choices we're making. It was interesting, Ruth, because you shared that you called in some of the speakers that were at the original summit. And during that meditation, Neelam showed up, Neelam Minocha, and Summer Joy Raymer has been on with us. So two of them were watching and experiencing this with us. Summer shared, thank you, Rebecca Abraxas, for this beautiful sound healing. Wow. Mm-hmm. I feel so much heavy energy lifting from my neck and throat area. So grateful to be here. And we got lots of love. Lily Ann showed up from Norway. Amber Reed is here, and several others that are just sharing some love and heart. And I hope that Rebecca, both you and ShaRon will go on after the show and just let people know your appreciation for them showing up today during this. And I know this has blessed so many. I just feel that it has really made a difference in the people that heard it. I know it did for me. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice. So I would like to hear from both of you ladies. ShaRon, let's start with you. If folks want to learn more about you and learn more about No Judgment, Just Love, how do they find you?
I have a website, The Whole Family Coaching, and you can get to No Judgment, Just Love from there. My phone number, I think Teri is going to put it in the feed there, so you can call me. I'd love to speak in person. Or you can email me at ShaRon@thewholefamilycoaching.com.
Good. Thank you. And Rebecca?
You can reach me at RebeccaAbraxas.com. Also through email, RebeccaAbraxas@gmail.com. And I also offer the complimentary coaching call or discovery calls. So feel free to line up a discovery call through the email address.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I wanted to recap with a couple of thoughts. Number one, what a journey we're all on in life. And it's really up to us to decide how much we want to learn and grow. And it's always an option. And even if you spent the first 53 years, like I did, of my life, not paying a whole lot of attention to the connection with the spiritual divinity or my own growth, it's never too late. So please just give yourself the grace to consciously decide how you're going to live life from now on. And secondly, please just know that the spiritual divinity is always here, ready to walk beside you. They are walking beside you, as whether you're just aware of that or not, but they're always there. I wanted to share two things with you. At Enlightened World, we did launch our book this week. This is volume 1 of the Gateway to an Enlightened World series. And many of our speakers from the first summit do have chapters in this, and we're coming out with volume 2 on December 5th. So please take a look for this on Amazon. It's really beautiful. There's so many transformative stories in there. And lastly, I'd like to share with you that next Sunday, our Sunday summit, is called Home for the Holidays. By the way, home is an inside job. It's going to be held next Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Our speakers are Mira Rubin, Olivia Parr-Rudd, and Sue Broom. And they're going to chat about exploring the emotional dynamics often triggered by the holidays. There's going to be a meditation and tools for transformation in our time together. We're also going to talk about that whole thing about being single at the holidays. Some folks are great with that, and other folks, it kind of triggers them in that way. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So Teri, Rebecca, and ShaRon, I can't thank you enough for this beautiful time here together. So thank you to each one of you.
Thank you, Ruth. Thanks, Teri, Rebecca.
Thank you, Ruth. Yeah. Thanks.
Love you, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So much love to all of you out there in Facebook world, and we will see you all soon. So bye-bye.